Hi friends, welcome to Katie on the Spot. This is part 3 of a series on jute, sisal, seagrass, and cellulosic floor coverings. So if you haven't liked and subscribed to the channel, go for it. Appreciate it. And we're using products that we made because we know they work. There are probably something else out there. You may have it in your home. Use at your own risk. No lifeguards on duty. So today, part 3 is the gloopy stuff. It can be vomit, it could be poop, it could be your kid testing their boundaries with oatmeal. That's okay. We're going to deal with the gloopy things because they're a little bit different than straight liquid things. So there's a number of ways you can do this. If it's poop or vomit, use a plastic spoon because that's gross, and scoop. Sometimes, depending on how watered down the situation is, you may need to use a Q-tip. Okay, I like Q-tips. I've had clients use Q-tips because there's a lot of surface area. Oh my gosh, get back in there. There's a lot of surface area on these like hay bales or little mountain ranges inside of a sisal or natural fiber rug. And we want to get all of that out because if it is a bodily function, that's a lot of bacteria we're potentially leaving in the rug, and that's gross. And you can't clean something until you removed all of the actual substance off of the substrate. So here we are. I've got most of that. Paper towels are good and cotton towels are good. I'm going to use some water now on my cotton towel that I have. Goodness gracious, I'm gonna take it all that night. That's what kids do. They make a huge mess when you're like smiling at them. So this, let's see if I can show you this. In all my nooks and crannies of the sisal here, you're gonna see so much oatmeal stuck in all those places. If you have a shop vac, that is the best way to deal with this because you see how I'm struggling with Q-tips. So let's pretend that I've got it all out of here for the sake of the video. If I had a shop vac, we would go and be done. So we have removed our solids. We have used a damp cotton towel with a little bit of water, just a little bit, because we're not trying to oversaturate, especially on a sisal or a natural fiber rug. And we feel comfortable that we've blotted and absorbed all of that out. The next step is going to be to take, if it was poop or some sort of bodily function, you can get some hydrogen peroxide, and put it on either the Q-tip or a cotton ball and just kind of pat it into the area. And if it starts fizzing, kind of let it do its thing. Don't oversaturate it, but it's definitely worth doing if you've got some sort of potential bacteria situation in your rug. So we're gonna use, hello friends, we're gonna use this stain remover, powder stain remover, and what it's going to do is it's a supercharged absorbent compound. So the solvent carrier is going to help bust up any residual situation that's left in your rug, and then the absorbent compound is going to absorb into the powder. And as that dries, you can see what we've done on the last 2 videos and how it's starting to dry around the perimeter, because that's where it's the least densely applied, and then towards the middle is going to be the most heavily applied. It's going to take the longest to dry in the middle. And as this dries, it will absorb and help prevent that that browning, that cellulosic browning that happens on these cellulosic materials. So we've cleaned our spot. We feel good that it's nice and sanitary now. And then we're just going to spray in a circle over the affected area, and we're going to let it dry. We will check it in maybe a couple of hours, depending on how long we have or how much we have applied to it. And we will do a follow-up video shortly so you can see the results. Once again, like and subscribe. Thanks, friends. And we're back. We are going to vacuum up the powder and remove this. So we've let this dry because I spilt so much olive oil. I did have to apply a couple of rounds of the powder to let that absorb fully. So if you do have a large spill, keep that in mind. It may take a couple of sessions to absorb it all. So we're going to use a vacuum cleaner, we're going to use an air compressor if necessary, and I also have a damp microfiber cloth that can help pick up the very last of it. So let's get started with the vacuum cleaner. All right, so what we've got is all of the powder vacuumed up, and there's just a slight little hazy kind of residue. So the damp microfiber is totally squeezed out because we're totally not trying to add more moisture here. And you can just go along the grain of the sisal here, and on some of these areas, there may still be a little bit of oil down in there. We may do one more application of powder, or you can try and get all that white stuff out with your finger like this. You may want to vacuum a little bit better. And on this one, which was oatmeal, I probably didn't get all the oatmeal out before we added the powder. So we'll probably have to take a toothpick or a Q-tip and dig some of that out because there is so much surface area. And these little hay bales, it just takes a little bit of work. But what you've done here, successfully using the powder to absorb the liquid from a water or any other sort of pet accident liquid situation, an oily situation, and something like vomit that was kind of a chunky solid, and you have not damaged your rug and not left a watermark, which is a huge, huge success. All right, y'all, take care.